All right, hello again, and we are continuing, Heather and I, we're continuing our New Year's Day 2019 adventure. We've already gone to the Snooper's Rock at Prince Cooper State Forest, and we've probably going to make that a separate video. I'll put a link to it up here. And right now we are at the intersection of Tennessee Highway 58 and Highway 60, and we are heading on January 1st to the river. We're gonna go see the Sandhill Cranes at the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge. There's my truck, and as you can see, we have the boat hooked up. So we're ready to go boating in the middle of the winter. So that should be pretty crazy. And we're gonna try to get some video of the Sandhill Cranes and maybe American white pelicans. And we'll bring that all to you next. Well, we are in the water.
It took a minute. After
what was easily the most difficult boat launch I've ever had into really low water, we're off. So depth gauge shows 1.5 feet right here. I don't think that's accurate, but it's close. But we're gonna head up. We have to stay in the channel. You can't get out of the channel here at the Wildlife Refuge, because then you're in the refuge. But if you're, as long as you're in the channel, you're fine. As a matter of fact, the Tennessee Aquarium River Gorge Explorer, before they sold it at the end of last season, used to come up here and do cruises. So we're just going to cruise right in the channel, right where the River Gorge Explorer would go, and hopefully we will see some interesting wildlife. So far I don't see anything, but we're still pretty much at the boat ramp.
This Sandhill Crane is the only Z6 still in this video. There's plenty of Z6 video.
All right, well, we are making our way around Hiwassee Island, and there's not really a lot of birds out here. The water, you know, there's been some rain, and that's why it's unseasonably warm to where we could actually come out on January the 1st. And the water's a little bit higher than it was last time I tried to come out here in the middle of the winter. That time I was actually on a sea-doo of all the craziness. So the birds aren't roosting that much right here. Like there's some water, there's a sandbar, a mud bar right there that would normally be way more of it exposed and probably covered with sandhills, but today it's not. Now we've seen some sandhills, but from a pretty good distance, and I got to tell you, a little Z6 update. Trying to get their picture with the Z6 through the 500 f4, which is, you know, it's an exotic lens, super fast to focus, but through the 500 f4 and the 2.0 teleconverter was pretty much impossible, and the 1.4, which should be snap, 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 like with the D500 on the 500 f4 and the 1.4, it's perfect. But with the Z6, it was just really tough, especially when I'm on a boat that's moving 5 miles an hour, to get pictures of a Sandhill Crane. So I switched to the trusty D500 and the 200 to 500 5.6, the best bang for the buck wildlife camera and lens combination out there right now. And what do you know, all of a sudden every time a sandhill flew by I was able to get it in focus. So anyway, we're cruising along. I don't know if we're gonna go all the way around the island or get up to the very most upriver part of the island and turn around and come back. But we're still out here. We're still doing it. Heather's driving. Oh, and my Dr. Pepper, I opened up my Dr. Pepper. We bought a Dr. Pepper, opened it up, and it squirted all over the place. Fortunately, it didn't get on any camera gear, but the floor of the boat is quite sticky right now, so that's fun. Hey, here comes some sandhills. Maybe I can get them with this camera. Oh, we got bored on the other side of the island and decided to come on around, figuring there would be nothing over here either. And up ahead looks like about 100 American white pelicans. So we're gonna ease up that way. Also, we saw a juvenile bald eagle fly by, but I didn't have a camera out. But Heather's back at the helm of the boat, and we're going to ease by these pelicans, see if we can't get a picture or two of them to share with you.
All right, here's a couple of sandhill cranes flying in the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge. And here's a high-key picture of 4 sandhill cranes flying around. There's a juvenile bald eagle high up in a tree at the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge, and there's a double-crested cormorant. There's a pelican. I love the grass in the background. And there's a number of pelicans, and I really like this picture because of the roots in the trees behind them, and the cormorants show how big they are. Pelicans flying in this one. And here's pelicans flying with reflection. And there's another pelican flying with reflection that was taken right after that first one. I love this pelican flying right at you. Here's a pelican with the sunset behind it. That's beautiful. And here's the same pelican without the sunset, taken just moments later, but the sunset was gone. And here's the same pelican pooping, which seems to be a theme in this video. Here's another pelican. I like the white bird with the dark background. Many pelicans flying in, and there's another one pooping, as you can see. Lots of pelicans. I like when they fly at different heights. I love this pelican shot. There's some water, but that is not poop. And here's the same pelican, more water flying off of it. I love the light on that one. And this one has nice light too with the reflection on the water. And here are some pelicans on a mud bar. And now Z6 video.
Lots of pelicans over there. It's really hard to get the shot because the boat's rocking just ever so slightly. But I've got the 500, and I've got a DX crop and a 1.4 teleconverter on. If the boat will settle down, I can get a good shot, but the boat will not settle down. Bass boat just went by, but our boat had settled down a pretty good bit. Once those bass boat waves get here, I'll pause. That's a bunch of freaking pelicans. Looks like they're getting ready to go sleep.
There's like 1,000 cranes in the air up there.
Looks like there's a few cranes flying in. Just a couple.
What's up, guys?
Lots of cormorants here too. Lots of them. Oop, there's some more coming in.
Okay, all of these stills were taken with the D500 shooting at 10 frames per second, and there's 11 stills, so I guess this was just over 1 second of shooting, but I was really thrilled to see this pelican do this yawn or whatever it is it's doing. I thought it was pretty interesting to see, and I hope you like these as well. But, you know, there was probably 100 pelicans on that mud bar that I like to call it. And I only saw this behavior a couple of times, and I was thrilled that I was able to capture it once. So that's pretty cool.
Well, Heather's been driving the boat while I've been working with cameras. She's done a fantastic job keeping this cantankerous boat in the channel and keeping it straight for the most part. And this thing kind of started out as a bust, and I think we eventually got some photographs and maybe even some video. All the video will be, or at least all the wildlife video will be with the Nikon Z6, and the majority of the wildlife stills will be with the Nikon D500. It just does better. You know, it focuses really fast. Now it'll miss a lot too, which the Z6 will miss a lot. But anyway, I just found that I was able to do a better job using the D500 for stills, and of course the Z6 crushes the D500 for video. So that's the way we did it. And it's I don't know what time it is.
It's 5:10.
It's 5:10, and sunset's at what, like 5:45 or something?
Something like that.
So we're heading back. We've almost made it all the way around Hiwassee Island. You know, I don't think our speed ever exceeded 15 miles an hour. Right now we're going 7.
Yeah.
But it's been fun, you know. I'm glad that we got to do this, and maybe next year there'll be a day when we're off and it's not 4 degrees during crane and pelican season. I mean, I like to call it crane and pelican season now, because really I like the American white pelicans better than the Sandhill cranes.
Yeah.
And we saw quite a few. So anyway, thanks for watching. We may have a little more update here in a minute from the boat ramp, because it's completely insane over there, because the water is down, you know, 4 or 5 feet from where it is when we come out in the summer. Yeah, there's some sandhills landing right there. And this boat ramp's not very conducive anyway to this sort of boat, but we made it work. Had a pretty strong burning clutch smell as we were trying to put it in at the regular ramp. We kind of used something that is not really a ramp. It's just,
I think it might be like a kayak put in or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was just dirt and maybe some fine gravel, but we used that, and it was way smoother than the actual concrete and asphalt boat ramp, which was, the water was too far down and got us all jammed up. But we got in, and anyway, we're really talking a lot, but yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice hanging out with my sweetie and stuff. I'm gonna stand up and turn around so you can see the sun setting. The sun, we're looking right into it. But there it is. This camera's not doing it justice, but it's a pretty sunset. Yeah, we did. We saw the sunrise and the sunset during our adventures today.
Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that, and hopefully if you liked it, you'll hit subscribe.